Okay, this was weird. I don't know what or how to even comprehend this, but literally, I'm just gonna get right into it. Okay, this dream that I had was all over the place. I mean, there's so many details. Just follow along. Follow me through this, okay? So, it was Saturday morning, right? I woke up, my alarm went off, okay? My alarm went off at 8 a.m. I remember looking at the alarm and the alarm went off at 8 a.m., right? So I got up and I remember that I had to walk to the store, right? I had to walk to the store. The store was close by to my house. So I walked by. I had to walk to the store to pick up some things, right? So I'm walking to the store and I get to the store and I see this older lady, right? Now, this older lady keeps looking at me as I'm looking for things to buy in the store. And I realized as I'm looking back and I keep looking to her, I'm like, why does this lady keep looking at me? And I felt a little scared, a little concerned, but she was an older lady, so I wasn't too worried, but I was definitely concerned, like, why is she looking at me so much? So we get to the front of the store, right? And there's a line, and I end up being behind her. I'm behind her. Remember this. I'm behind her in the line, okay? She didn't realize that I was behind her at first. The minute that she goes to check her stuff up, she puts her stuff on the counter. I'm really watching. I have a close eye on her because I'm thinking, why is this lady? And I just had a weird feeling about this lady, right? She's a very older woman. So we're approaching the line. She puts her stuff on the counter and then she turns around as if she knew the entire time that I was behind her, but she didn't look behind me at all, or behind herself. She didn't look behind herself to know I was behind her, but it's like she just knew. And she turned around very slowly and she looked at me and she said, why do you believe in that nonsense? That's exactly what she said. She said, why do you believe in that nonsense? And I said, what nonsense are you talking about? And then she just kept staring at me and she was like, denounce it. Denounce it. And she kept saying it, denounce it. And then she started screaming at me. And she was like, denounce it, denounce it. And I was like, whoa, like, are you okay? Like, I was literally confused, right? So then out of nowhere, as this lady is screaming, people in the store are looking at us. It feels very awkward, right? And I'm just like, why is this old lady screaming at me? I have no idea who this lady was. She didn't know me at all. But she asked me, why am I believing in that nonsense? And then she kept screaming, denounce it, right? Then the lady hits me, okay? She hits me in the face and I fall to the ground. And at this point, the pain in my face was so strong that I almost was confused at how this older lady hit me that hard, right? It was very weird. It was very weird. And it's like my mind was kind of like, I wasn't knocked out completely, but I was very, dazed. And when I started to snap out of it, I was just thinking, how did this old lady hit me that hard? I was so confused. And she was standing over me, denounce it, denounce it, denounce it. And I was freaking out, right? So I'm standing up and I literally run out the store, okay? I'm running out the store and I'm walking down the street, all right? And I realized something. I realized that there's a sticker. She put a sticker on me, right? So I'm looking at my shirt and I pull the sticker off and it's kind of like a name tag, right? It's like a decent sized square name tag. And I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out what this is, or I realized it said, hi, my name is, right? You know how name tags say that? It said, hi, my name is. And under it, it said Deva. Her name was Deva. It's spelled D-A-E-V-A, right? And then it had her date of birth. It said March 5th, 1943. Okay? March 5th, 1943. Hi, my name is Deva. Now, I was so confused on why she put that sticker on me, right? I didn't really realize if she was wearing it or not, or if she just pulled it out and put it on me or not, because she hit me and I was kind of dazed and confused. So now I'm walking down the street, right? I ran out the store. Now I'm walking and I realize the sticker is on me. And I'm like, why did she put her name tag on me? I was so lost, right? So fast forward, I'm walking back home. All right. And I hear this voice. I hear this voice over me and it says, make the left. And I'm like, make the left. I was at a turn. I was at a crossroad in the street and I had to go right to go home. And the minute I got there, I heard a voice say, make the left. I was like, okay. So I make the left. All of a sudden, the street went blank. All the cars disappeared. There was nobody there. And it was a very bright street. It looked very different than how the day looked, you know, like it was bright out, it was morning, but this street for some reason was very bright and everything disappeared. All the people walking on it, it was just an empty road, right? So I said, oh, this is bizarre. So I'm walking down and I'm like, okay, let me walk down to see why am I being told to walk down this street? I get to the middle of the street, right? And I see a sign, but I can't see what the sign says. It's like the sign is very bright, but I can't see it. And then I hear a voice again. And it said, do you want to know? And I said, do I want to know what? And then the voice said again, do you want to know? And I said, what should I know? And I didn't hear anything. And then I said, can you tell me? And I didn't hear anything. And then I began to pause. And I don't know why, for some reason, my mind kind of started to have flashbacks of everything that happened in the morning. Right? Of me waking up at 8 a.m., me walking to the store, me seeing this lady hitting me in the face. I was confused. Everything was kind of flashing back. And then I came back to the moment I was in, on that street with a sign in front of me that I couldn't read. It was so bright I couldn't see it. And then I said, I don't know why I said this. I said, God, can you tell me what you're trying to say? Now, before I said that, in the dream, I didn't think that this was God talking to me. I don't know why I didn't think that. But for some reason, out of my mouth, I just kind of said it. I was just like, God, can you tell me what you're trying to say? I didn't hear anything. Then I said it again. I said, God, can you tell me what you're trying to say? Keep in mind, there's a sign in front of me, right? I've been walking down this street. I'm in the middle of it now. There's a sign that I couldn't read. All of a sudden, the sign says, turn around. The sign is clear as day now. And I'm like, turn around. And I turn around, right? And you know what I see? I see one of those sand timers. You know those timers that have the sand in it and it goes down? I don't really know what it's called. And it was huge. It was the biggest timer thing I've ever seen, right? It took up the width, right? Not the length, but the width of that whole, you know, that width of the street from sidewalk to sidewalk. It was huge and tall, right? And I'm looking up at this sand timer and there was nothing at the bottom. All the sand was at the top, right? And I'm looking at it and there's no sand moving. It's just this huge timer, sand, whatever they call that. And I think it's called an hourglass. Am I right? It's called an hourglass sand timer, maybe? I don't know. But nothing, no sand's coming out of it. So now I'm just sitting there and I'm looking at how big and tall and wide this hourglass timer is, but nothing's happening. So then I ask again and I say, God, can you please show me what you're trying to say? And then all of a sudden, the voice says to me, my son is coming. And in my heart, I had this extreme, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just this, it was a sense of fear. It was fear. Like I wasn't afraid for myself, but I was afraid when he said, my son is coming, I want to know, I just had this very afraid feeling. And then I got on my knees for some reason, right? I got on my knees and I looked up again and I saw the sand coming down very, very quickly. And the sand just kept coming. This is a very huge timer, you know, whatever they call that, the hourglass timer. And the sand was literally pouring down on the other side, coming like fast, like the sand is coming down. And I'm looking and I'm on my knees and I'm afraid. And the sand looks like there's more at the bottom than there is at the top. And it's just fast and it's fast and it's fast and it's fast. And I'm getting more and more afraid. And then I stand up. And then the voice says again, many will not make it. And then I woke up. And when I woke up, I felt I don't even know the word to describe how I felt when I woke up. I didn't feel like I was afraid when I woke up. I felt more like it was this clarity in a way. It was very clear now that I understand. And we all kind of had that similar feeling that Christ is really coming. But it was so interesting. If we take a little backtrack a little bit, it's very interesting that the sand wasn't moving at all. And I asked the Lord twice, can he please show me what he's trying to say? Right? And the sign was blurry. And the first time I asked, I didn't hear anything. The second time I asked, the sign became clear to tell me to turn around. Then I looked and nothing was moving, you know, and it was just all the sand was at the top. And then when I asked the third time, that's when the sand began to pour down at the bottom. And right when there was a little bit left, there was still a good amount left, but it was very small compared to what was at the bottom. This was a very huge timer. That's when the Lord said to me, my son is coming. And before I can even have any type of reaction, or I don't even remember anything. Yeah, I didn't have a reaction. As soon as that was said to me, I woke up and instantly I jumped up because it was like this dream was crazy. You know, there was so many different things playing out. The old woman, and then her putting her name, like her knocking me out, and then her putting the name tag on me, and then her name was Deva. And then why was her birthday on her name tag? And why did she even put that name tag on me? And she was telling me to denounce my faith. She was saying, denounce it, denounce it. All of that. It was very bizarre. And then I was about to make the right to go home. And then and then a voice came over me, told me to go left. And it was just, I was literally thinking of all of this when I woke up very fast. And the emotion that I felt, it wasn't even a one of fear. It was like, okay, I understand. We're at the end. We're truly at the end. And the Lord said to me that many are not going to make it. I want to say this to you. I want you to make it. And as much as us believers, we want everyone to be there with us, unfortunately, that's not going to be the case. So I really ask you, please get your life right with Christ. Please do. Because the feeling that I'm feeling now, when I just think of that, many are not going to make it. It's a very scary thing. That means that a lot of people are gonna suffer. And I don't want that for you. I don't want that for anyone. So if you're watching this right now, you came across this video, it's not by coincidence. I promise you it's not. Please hear me. You didn't come across this by coincidence. Seriously. Take this very serious. Because the Lord is trying to speak to you. When I gathered my thoughts and I kind of, after a few minutes of me waking up, I said a prayer. I said a prayer for the world, that hopefully more people will understand that our time is running out. Our time is running out. I love you. God bless.